Hi everyone! I wanted to do a DIY to show you how to make one of those ethereal headbands with all the flowers and prettiness on them. So if you would like to learn how to make something like this, then definitely stay tuned throughout this video. Here's what you're going to need, and you can get these at any craft store. I went to Hobby Lobby and I actually got a bunch of these bouquets. They're basically for decorating your house, but you're going to cut these up and that's what you're going to use as your material. So you can choose any kind of flowers, you can choose roses, you can do any kind of colors that you want. And then you'll want to get this thick cord, and it's actually like 2 smaller cords wrapped in there, and I got about 30 feet, which was more than enough, in any color that you want. I recommend that you do it so that it kind of accents the flowers that you choose. So you need that. You're going to need a hot glue gun, and you're also going to need glue sticks, and then scissors, and that's basically it. Okay, so the first step is you're going to want to make sure that you have enough cord to go all the way around your head, and then depending on how you want it to hang down the back, after it ties, you'll want to cut either 3 or 5 pieces of the cord. So you just kind of like measure on your head like that and decide like how much you want it to hang down. And make sure you always just cut a little bit more than you think you're going to need, because after you braid it or do the fishtail braid, it's going to be shorter than when you started. So just cut your 5 pieces. Okay, so after you've cut all of your cords to the same length, what you want to do is just knot it at the top, and then you're going to start your braid. You can do either a fishtail braid or you can do a regular braid. I do recommend a fishtail if you want it to be thicker and it's going to be a little bit sturdier, but if you want it to be a little bit slimmer, you can do a regular braid. And then you just start braiding. Okay, so after you get done braiding, it should look like this. And see, it got a lot shorter, so you just want to make sure that it still fits around your head. Luckily mine does, but since this is my first time, next time I think I will cut it a little bit longer than what I did. But you can still secure it in the back either by tying another piece like this around the back to keep it, or you can pin it in the back as well when you get done. So this is good right now, but I do recommend make sure you cut enough. And then you want to make sure that these knots will stay, especially with this kind of cord. Sometimes they slip. So you just want to take your hot glue gun and just add a little bit of glue to the knot so that it definitely stays. And when you get done with that, you can start selecting which flowers you want to put in. And this is the reason why we braided it, is you take these little stems and you actually just insert them into the braid so that it comes all the way through to the back. Okay, so I just want to show you how we're going to start building the flowers. Basically, I recommend starting with kind of the foliage and like the leaves and the greens part first. And basically all you do is just cut it off to the length that you'd like it. And then you just stick it through right here, wherever you want to place them. And you just do that all the way around, just like that. And then I'll show you a little bit further on as I get done. Okay, so I want to show you kind of what I did. When I went to the craft store, I actually bought like 1 bouquet of like foliage, and there's like feathers in there and like some leaves, and then I bought these 2 like smaller accent pieces. So what I did was I took different things from this one first and just laced them through. And you want to kind of lace them through and lay it all out before you start, going with your glue gun, if you can help it. Because once you start gluing it with the hot glue gun, all the little pieces, it's going to be harder and harder to keep adding more. But I did use a little bit of the glue gun just to like keep my berries. My berries kept falling off and stuff like that. But now I'm ready to move on to the flowers, and also these, like, I don't know what they are, like little pollen things. So those are just going to be like the finishing touches. And you can either do the same thing, like stick the stem of the flower through the braid, or you can just cut it up to here and actually just glue the flower onto the band. It depends on how much room you have, and you can add as much or as little to it as you want. I just wanted one that's really bold. Okay, so I went through and attached all my flowers, and that was my finishing piece. Basically, to top it all off, what you want to do is just set everything with hot glue. So around where you put them in through the braid, and also on the back where they're punched out, you just want to put a line of hot glue all the way. And then before you put it on, you just want to make sure that it's dry, obviously. And that's your finished product.